say we're into the 80s already.
I think so. We have good people for you to meet today. Josh Kelly, a wonderful musician, is here. Later in the program, we're going to find out more about St. Vincent de Paul and all the things they do. And we're going to meet a fellow right now who you probably know because you watch his very successful TV show on HGTV. See if this looks familiar.
To Designing for the Sexes. I'm Michael Payne, your host and interior designer.
Today we will meet Kathy Weiss, a special events coordinator, and her husband, Ivan Rosenberg, a management consultant. A couple with a decorating crisis precipitated by Ivan's dream of owning a 61-inch TV.
We welcome to the program and we ask our live parking lot audience to join in the clamor. Mr. Michael Payne from HGTV's Designing for the Sexes is with us today.
Paul,
Michael.
delighted to meet Kathy, delighted to meet you
Michael,
too.
right off the top here, you do admit this is the most unusual place you've been interviewed, isn't it?
Unquestionably, but what a wonderful organization to be associated with. I mean, what a fabulous job they are doing.
Well,
I mean, you've even got upholstered furniture in here. I mean, I feel almost at home.
As hard as they worked on putting this set together, did you walk in this morning, Michael, and go, oh my God?
Well, it's not exactly what I would have put together, but on the other hand, it's probably perfect for some household out there.
Well, I'm thinking it's appropriate because a lot of furniture that couples might argue over may end up here and be perfectly good. They just can't agree upon where to put it.
Well, there have been many an occasion, Kathy, where I have just simply suggested, because the couples are so far apart, that they just start all over again, to donate their furniture to a really worthwhile cause where it will simply find a better home. And this is the organization where they should send it.
A little bit later, they got a good program here called Furniture for Food. If you're buying new furniture, they'll come and pick up your old and turn that into... Anyway, we'll find out more about that later. It's a really good thing. I'm wondering if there is one single mistake you see over and over and over on this program that couples make.
I think the biggest single mistake, Paul, is that people are so anxious to do something with their homes that they just go out and start buying things. They know they need a sofa, they know they need some chairs, and so instead of thinking it all through, how's the room going to lay out, they just spontaneously just want to get some things.
Get stuff.
Get stuff now.
Yeah.
I mean, like now. And so oftentimes they rush out, buy all of this stuff, bring it home, it just doesn't work, it doesn't fit, it doesn't look right, and then they go, oh my word, what have we just done?
I think in your new book, Let's Ask Michael, in which you present some of the questions that have been asked to you over the years and offer solutions, you talk about random furniture that tends to just end up dotted all over the house. Is there a certain room that you should start with?
Well, I think that one should probably focus first on that room where everybody spends a lot of time, which is the kitchen. Now, the kitchens are big things, and expensive to change. But oftentimes off that kitchen, you have your family room, and that's really where a lot of people spend a lot of time. Families, literally, that's where they hang out, and friends hang out. So I would focus on that first.
Do we tend to overdo it also? Are you a less is more guy when it comes to this?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for those people that know my show and know my style, as it were, I mean, I just don't believe in over-decoration, over-ornamentation. I like pure, simple, well-designed things.
I know you're not glancing at this piece behind you when you talk about over-decoration.
Whoa.
It's got a few things going on.
Well, that certainly is an interesting piece.
Now, when you do decide on the room to do, say you choose a family room, what do you select first? Do you go for this color scheme? Do you go for one central piece of furniture? Where do you begin?
Before I do absolutely anything, Kathy, the most important thing is that the room works. So I first of all lay out the room. I lay it out on paper, or lay it out sort of in my mind. What is going to be the focal point of that room? Is it going to be the big screen television, which I know that you probably want, Paul?
We tend to put furniture around TVs,
We
don't
do. Well, it used to be the fireplace. But sometimes if there's a fireplace and a big screen TV, and then maybe a third focal point like the view, you have to organize the furniture first. After you lay it out, that's when you start thinking about what sizes you need, and then you get into style. Then from there you get into fabrics, and from there you get into colors.
We know you take up frequently design problems for couples that may be causing problems in the marriage, little squabbles here and there about what to do with the room. So we want to invite in Tabitha Orth to present the problem her husband Jim and herself have been having with their bedroom.
Delighted to meet you.
Paul, nice to meet you.
Welcome, Tabitha.
Kathy.
Now, the problem area, as I mentioned, is the bedroom. Let's take a look at some photos, Michael.
Absolutely.
And Tabitha, you can describe what the problem is.
Okay.
There it is.
Oh, that's my dreadful sink area in our bedroom, which reminds me of a very bad motel. And then you have a mirrored closet,
Right.
which I cannot stand. The wires hanging above that is a television, which has been a big problem in our house because my husband's been bonking himself on the head.
It's on a shelf up there, right?
It's on a shelf.
Yeah.
Right. But that sink area is ghastly.
Well, there's the sink area.
So
What's the problem? Does your
right.
husband like this? Or?
No, we don't like the look of it at all. I would like to have something that looks more like a piece of furniture with a beautiful sink and fixtures. Jim's main concern is to get the clutter off the counter.
Well, that men
Which makes
always,
sense.
always.
So we kind of agree pretty well
men
on that.
simply across the board just don't like clutter.
Yeah.
And I have to
But
say,
they're the ones who create it.
No.
no. Kathy, most times the clutter, women are responsible for the clutter.
Especially in the bathroom, Michael, you're right.
Yeah. Not all those bottles, all those makeup things.
Oh, it's
right?
terrible.
Okay.
So what would you do here?
Oh, well, the first things first. We cannot have a situation where we have this TV on a shelf and as somebody walks in the room, they hit that shelf. I mean, that's basically dangerous. I mean, just dangerous. Frankly, in a room, there are many, many things to do in this room. But one of the things I would do is have the access to the closet, not where it is behind those mirrored doors. I'd have it from the inside of the bathroom. That way, that just frees up that space to the right where the closet doors are right now. And that's where you could have a TV. Ideally, it would be a flat screen, of course. You'd hang it on the wall just like a piece of art. Then if you have components like a VCR or DVD, you would then just put holes in that wall and put all of that equipment in the closet. So you wouldn't have to see
That's
it
perfect.
at all.
Then I get my VCR. I can have his
Absolutely.
flat screen TV if I get my VCR.
But the big thing is the shelf is gone, the TV is gone. I would actually now we go further. We've just started now in this room. Because what I would actually do is I would close that room off. I would actually have a door between your bedroom and that bathroom.
So you're not looking at the sink
When
from
you're
the bed.
laying in bed, you're not looking at that sink at all.
You're looking at the TV.
You're looking at the TV.
And a beautiful unit.
Right, and
I thought she was
then
gonna say beautiful wife.
but inside
You're not
that
looking at the
bathroom,
TV.
as you go into the bathroom, then you'd have a brand new vanity. I would remove that light you have above the vanity, the one with the little globes, make that gone. Hang a really nice medicine cabinet on the wall there, a beautiful one, a wooden one, a painted one, that is deep enough to take all of your bottles and all of the clutter off the counter. Put a sconce on either side.
That's beautiful.
That will give you the light you want, great light for makeup and for shaving, and a beautiful new vanity underneath that has itself drawers and all sorts of other storage. I think it'd be beautiful.
What do you think, Tabitha? Is that going to work?
It's perfect.
That's about
It's perfect.
$25,000 in design consultation. See the
And
cashier.
I'll just send the bills directly to you, so there won't be a
To
problem.
St. Vincent de Paul.
That's a donation to Vincent and Paul. That's the way to go.
We appreciate the information. And Tabitha, thanks for coming in and sharing
Thank
the
you.
pictures of the
Thank
situation
you
in
so
your
much.
house. If you ever do those things that Michael suggests, let us know. We'll come back and
I
take a look.
am. I'm going to send after pictures, absolutely.
All right. Well, we want to let you know you have a chance to catch up with this guy, Michael Payne. He's going to be in our community for a couple of days. Tomorrow you can see him at Borders out in Beaverton. Then Sunday afternoon, he's pretty thrilled about finally making it to Hollywood, although it's Portland's Hollywood. The Fred Meyer at 2 o'clock. Then Sunday at Borders Books in Tigard. So there are your 3 chances to catch up with Michael Payne.
I think Michael's still trying to figure out what cheap motel means. I don't think you've ever seen the inside of that, have you?
The book we've
But don't forget, I'm coming back.
We'll add that, but first I got to get your book in here because you told me I
yes.
had to. Let's Ask Michael is the name of the book.
Look at
And then
this.
what Michael really wants you to know is he returns to Portland the Home and Garden Show on Sunday, October the 5th. So
Well, what I should do on that trip is come by Tabitha's house to see how she's progressing.
That
that's
would
a
be
good
wonderful.
idea.
I
There's an
would
incentive,
love
a
that.
deadline, as
Okay.
it were.
Okay.
Michael Payne, thank you so much for being on the
It is
program.
you,
an
Tabitha,
absolute
as
pleasure to
well.
meet with you,
Thank
Paul.
you.
Michael
Kathy?
selected his suit from the Goodwill rack.
Not a chance.
Yeah, I better go and take it off and give it
Let's
back
go
to
over to Helen Raptis now and find out about the good work of St. Vincent de Paul.